I am God. I sacrifice Isaac's sons. Anglo-Saxons. So I will explain what that means, what I'm saying. I'm God. I was Jesus Christ. I sacrificed my son. Sorry about that. I'm using screen record on my tablet, but yeah, you can see me video. But let me go to I'll go to my application so you can see. I'll write it down for you, okay? So you can see what I mean. Okay, so good notes. Okay, so this is from my old video. Can I go? I'll get a new page here. Okay, so can I change the orientation? Rotate page. Okay, so you may not be aware of a lot of things, and so I have to explain things a lot, unfortunately. So, I'm God. My name is Grant Salvin. You may notice that looks very similar to Grant Salvation. Well, whatever, right? I don't know who I'm going to be granting salvation to be quite honest. Feels like nobody. But anyway, you know the story of Abraham and Isaac. Okay, I hope you know it. I told Abraham to take his son Isaac to an altar to sacrifice him to me. And just as he was about to sacrifice him, I told him to stop. And I said I would provide the sacrifice. And I provided a ram, which he sacrificed to me instead of Isaac. Now, you probably don't know this, but the Hebrews and the Israelites, they were white people. If you didn't know that, well, you should really do some research. Search for the origin of blue eyes. That's all I'm going to say about that. Um, so, so sacrifice. There's an interesting word, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, and what's this? What's this name then? I sac. I sacrifice. Is that what it is? How is it that this word sacrifice, it begins with the word sac? It begins with the sound sac, S-A-C. Yeah? And Isaac's name is Isaac. Yeah? You see, what happened when the Hebrews, the Israelites, the people from the Mesopotamian regions, that part, from people from the east thousands of years ago, as they migrated to the west, you had different groups of people, and there was a group of people called the Anglo Saxons. Now, this is a really interesting. Oh no, sorry, it's not spelled like that. There's no S there. Whoops. Saxons. Yeah? I mean, this is the thing, right? Because sacrifice, it starts S-A-C. Yeah? S-O-N. So Saxon. Well, that's the thing. Jesus was the sacrificed son. You see, the reason this is the way it is because people try to steal my power through Babel. Okay? I've explained in previous videos, okay, so in magic, the anus is associated with the moon, the star, the sun. Because obviously the sun is a star. Okay, so an is a short way of saying an us. Okay? And obviously glow is to do with light. Yeah, and then sun, so sacrifice, son. You see, Abraham, his son is called Isaac. And you see, because Isaac is called his son, Isaac is Abraham's light. But because these witches have used magic to steal the light of Jesus Christ, yeah, through this, yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I have Norman roots, so my surname Salvin it originates from the 1066 Norman conquest. It came across with I think it was an earl or something like that. It was a royal or aristocrat or something. I can't remember, but he was called Josias Le Flamand. That means Jesus the Flemish. Very strange that, huh? If you don't believe me, if you search on a website, it's called House of Names. Just search for Salvin. Salvin. You should find it on there. The thing is, the name got changed because, the people with my surname, they were associated with building monasteries and churches, and Salvin was a name associated with various saints. So yeah, but whatever. I'm God. Okay. Abraham, Isaac, son. So this is the thing. See, I'm God, and Jesus is my light. Jesus is my son. He is the light that is supposed to shine out of my rear end, my butt. You know why? I'll explain this really quickly again. Okay? I was Jesus in the past. Okay? Pa is how you say dad. Ass is what's behind me. Yeah, it's what's behind me. It's on the back of my body. So pa, ass, and this is what a crucifix looks like. Okay? This is how word magic works. There are it's in every single word, it's all over the place. It's one gigantic puzzle. But this is the thing, because Isaac is, you see, Abraham is trying to pretend that he's God. Abraham is actually my uncle-in-law. He's called Donald Neal. Okay, Donald Neal. Yeah, he married my aunt. He's my aunt, the sister of my dead mom. Okay, so my aunt called Christine. Yeah, notice how there's the word Christ there. Yeah, Christine Neal. Yeah, they don't get down on their knees for God. No, they don't. They like to think they're God. You see, Donald means ruler, and Christine, well, Christ is there. You see, they're trying to pretend that they are Jesus Christ. Because you have to understand, they're married. You know, they've become one flesh. Yeah, so they're basically like one person now. Yeah, and they want to pretend that they're Jesus Christ and that they're ruling. This is the game. This is what demons do, and this is why there's so much witchcraft done against me, is to try to keep me hidden, while these people try to take what belongs to me. So Isaac, um, basically so all the sacrifices that have been made, all that, all that light, all of that, obviously what happened to me, Jesus, my son, um, that light. Hang on a second. Oh, I'm spitting all over the place. Isaac. So because his name is that, he's trying to steal all that light. You see, the crucifixion of Jesus is the light. That's my light. That's the sacrifice I made. But Isaac wants to take that light and wander off with it, as if it's his to have. And the fact is, because he's the son of Abraham, that light shines out of Abraham's arse. And everyone wants to pretend that Abraham is their father, God. Yeah? Then this is Donald Neal. He doesn't believe in God. He doesn't believe in Jesus. He hates God. He hates Jesus. He hates Christians. I said to people, I said that there's no one good in this world. I said that everyone's evil. Yeah, you know what? The more time I think about it, the more I realize I don't think there's anybody in this world that's good. All evil. All of them. It is absolutely sickening. So, and this is the thing, I live in the country where there are lots of people whose ancestors were Anglo-Saxons. Their ancestors were Anglo-Saxons. Yeah. I am God. Jesus was my son. I sacrificed. I was the one I was him. Jesus is my past. Yeah? So he's associated with my anus, my star, my moon, sun. Yeah? It's the only part of the body that actually looks like a star. You know what Jesus said? He said that the eyes are the lamps of the body, the eyes. So do you know in magic that the 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 all-seeing eye, the all-seeing eye, yeah, if you've ever seen it like this before, yeah, you see this in like Freemason Grand Lodges. You notice how it looks like an anus with an eye in the center. That's because it's called the third eye. And obviously, if you don't know how to say third, you would say turd eye, like that. So, what more can I say about this particular subject? What I can say, if you've seen the film with Aaliyah Dana Houghton, the singer, she was in a film called Romeo Must Die. Her character was Trish O'Day. And her dad, in the character who played her dad in that film, he was called Isaac O'Day. Now you notice that the O it's like the middle name, yeah. The O, it's this is butthole magic, yeah, and it's saying that the light is shining out of that hole. That's what it's saying. O'Day. This is witchcraft. You see, that witchcraft that she was doing, she was trying to kill me. But guess what? She's the one who died. That's what happened, right? Do you know how you know how that happened? I went to a school called Charter House. I started there in September 2001. Yep, that's right. And she died in a plane crash on the August 25th, just before I went to this school. Yeah. It's because she tried messing with the wrong one. So, Isaac. And that's the thing, Isaac was the father of Jacob. And I explained in my last video about Jacob and how he's involved with all kinds of sex magic and child sex slavery. See, this is the thing, because the way they've been trying to set this up is they've wanted to have Mary. So that's the thing, Aaliyah was the Virgin Mary a long time ago. So Aaliyah, the name, it means the most exalted one. And so they want to put her at the top. And then they want to have all the, I guess you could call them, lion cubs. Yeah, these are children. Lion cubs. And then they've got all these well, people like Jacob. Yeah, he wants to have child sex slaves. Yeah. So, his, yeah, that's what it is. J-Cub. And a corn on the cob. Yeah, it's a big yellow looking phallus thing. Yeah, corn on the cob. It's a sex magic thing. So that's the system they're trying to have. You know what it says in the book of Revelation? It talks about the whore of Babylon, and she's drunk on the blood of the saints. You know, Jacob, Jack, which means steel, cub. Yeah? If you don't think this is crazy, look, the word kid, what is that? You spell it backwards. Look, what do you get? Dick. Yeah, you know what a kid is? A kid is also a goat. Yeah, you know, Aaliyah Dana Houghton, she's a Capricorn, which is a goat. Devil. Yeah, that's what her zodiac is all about. I explained in my last video about this. See what they've done. So, Jacob, Mary, King David, Abraham, Isaac, I said you could throw him in there as well, right? So, all of them together, they've been trying to trap me in the black cube of Saturn, okay? So there's the Star of David, yeah? And then you got, you know, if you do the cube, yeah? So here's a cube, right? There's the cube, yeah? And then that's a big black box. Yeah, it's a big black cube. Let's say that's a black cube. I know it's not colored in very well, but it's a black cube. And so because Mary, that's the thing. So Mary's son was Jesus. Yeah, and Mary, and so Aaliyah Dana Houghton, she was a black woman. So since she was born in 1979, she was in a black woman's body. And so she had a black box. That's her butthole, right? Her butthole is, you know, it's her black shit box, basically. You ever heard that expression before? Shit box? Yeah. So Mary's son. Or you could also write it as, you know, May's son. Right? As in corn. Maize is corn. And maize, corn on the cob, it's a Sodom thing. It's a sodomy thing. It's used by sex magicians to hide what they do. Because that's the thing. They do child sex slavery. They sacrifice the children, and they can hide that because corn is regularly harvested. Right? So when the corn in the fields gets harvested, those children die when the harvests happen. Because that then hides what they've done. Because it's a magic thing. They're hiding what they've done behind the harvest. So no one. So it's a confusion thing. It's a way to misdirect spiritual energies, I suppose. It's to get you not to see it. It's to get you so you don't sense it. Basically, that's, you know, what the fuck is this? What's a maze? What is that? And how is it the biggest company, you know, the one that everyone likes to order from? What's that called? Oh yeah, Amazon. Yeah, Amazon. Yeah, and you know what amazing means, don't you? You know, maybe you go watch your famous rapper. Yeah, and you might think they're amazing. Yeah, you might think they're fucking fantastic. You know, you got to worship that idol. Yeah, idol. What's a doll then? Yeah? You know what a sex doll is, don't you? Or the pussycat dolls? Yeah? They don't move very much. They just sort of, they're stuck where they are. So, I know this is very, well, it is. You know, it is the truth. I'm telling you the truth. Um, so let me clear this page. And let's see if we can. Oh, what did I want to say about that? So, Mary's son. So, this is the thing. The black box thing is all about trying to see Jesus. He said, I am the light of the world. So, what the demons and Mary have tried to do is they've wanted to trap Jesus in a black box. Yeah, and that black box is used for them to do bondage and sodomy and do all kinds of evil magic and sex slavery and sacrifice and murder. And they've used that as a way to hide Jesus's light. And steal that. So basically they've confused the light of Jesus with their evil witchcraft. So what they've done is they've taken, you know, what they've done is they tried to wrap these two together. They've tried to put Jesus next to the evil witchcraft and put it all in one container so that people don't know the difference. And the thing is, this is why anal sex, sodomy, is so common these days. It's because everyone wants to, all these people, they want to join in the corn on the cob party. Yeah? It's all about that. It's all about getting involved with the sex magic rituals, because that's where the light of God is. That's where my light is being mixed with evil witchcraft. I already explained this, that the crucifix is associated with, so the crucifixion of Jesus is associated with Sodom and Egypt. Okay? The thing about Jacob is that his name changed to Israel. Well, Ra in Egyptian mythology is the sun god, and El means God. So basically, Israel, it basically just means Egyptian sun god Ra, God. That's essentially what it's saying. I mean, think about it. How did that all happen? So Jacob, he told his little story about having a wrestling match with a man he thought was an angel and then claimed was God, and that he defeated him. Yeah, and the so-called man or angel or whatever said, from now on your name's gonna be Israel. Yeah, and he walked away with his new name, Israel. And then what happened? Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Israelites, they went into bondage with the Egyptians for about 400 years. Yeah, wonder why that would happen. Why was God so angry, do you think? Why was God so heavy-handed with Moses, do you think? if you could call it that. The Israelites, well, they were in the wilderness for 40 years. Yeah, you see, 4 tie. Yeah, it's because of this bondage. It's all about the bondage. Yeah, years, that's ye or your arse. Yeah, you see how sodomy's here and bondage is here. Egypt and Sodom. You see, I see it, it's just. And this is the thing, because Israel is called the Holy Land, yeah? And obviously the Holy Land is called Israel. And Ra is associated with bondage because he's Egyptian. Yeah? I mean, that's the other thing as well, because, what Jacob, he had 2 wives, didn't he? So one was Leah. Yeah? So one of his wives was called Leah. Well, let's just put an A at the beginning of that, and then we have, oh, look, Leah. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, and then what was the other one's name? Rachel. Yeah? Oh, look, if you just put an I and an S there, oh, look, we got is Rachel. And then we can just, take that bit out. And then look, you got Israel. Yeah? What's all that about, do you think? And obviously, you've probably heard of the Egyptian goddess called Isis. She's called Is, which is basically just the same as saying 2. Yeah? You know what number 2 is? It's an arsehole. It's shit. Yeah? It's poop. I mean, that's the thing, right? The word poop, that could be a pile of feces, a pile of crap, or it could be, poop is a verb, right? It's something that people do and animals do. You know what I'm saying? They have to poop. So, which one is it anyway? I'm just saying that, you could see this in many different ways. But I'm trying to explain as best as I can. I was talking about Isaac and how Isaac is a thief. I mean, this is the thing, because, if you want me to go into this a little bit more detail, well, Adam and Eve. They ate the forbidden fruit. Yeah? They wanted to be God. They want to be God. Actually, they still do. That's the thing. And so does everybody else. Well, that's the thing. This is the problem with this world. Everyone is like Adam and Eve. They all want to be God. That's the thing. They all want to be me. They're all doing, their actions and their words amount to that. So this is why the world is so crazy. And so for thousands of years, even though I kicked Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden, thousands of years have passed, and man and woman have carried on doing this. They just keep doing it. They just keep on doing it. And this is, this is the point where I stop it. This is when I'm going to, because what comes next? What comes next? What comes next? Well, the lake of fire. Torment for ever. And the fact is that people have been given such a long time to change their evil ways, but they haven't. They've had such a long time and they've had so many warnings that I don't ever have to listen to anybody. I don't ever have to listen to anyone whine or whinge about this being unfair. I will not listen to them. There will be no doubt in my mind that they will get what they deserve. And that's it. I'm not going to feel sorry for them. I'm going to say, no, you've had thousands of years, you've had multiple lives, you've had hundreds and hundreds of years, thousands of years to sort it out, to rethink your actions. Rethink your actions. Well, this is the thing, right? Marry. That's right. Yeah, marry. Yeah, Mary. Yeah, rethink. Yeah, rethink. Oh, and then there's what? Remember. Yeah, remember. And remind. Yeah, remind. Yeah. See, this is the thing. This is the problem with this world. It's totally obsessed with serving Mary. Yeah, the world is totally obsessed with worshipping Mary. You know, she is the whore of Babylon. She was Aaliyah Dana Houghton. I mean, what's the word marry? Yeah, you want to get married? You want to get married? Yeah? You know, maybe you want to join the Catholic Church? Yeah? Yeah, why do you think Pope Francis died the other week? Yeah, I told people why. But did they listen? Probably not. Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason why people should worship Mary, but they do, don't they? And if you think of the other world religions, you know, whether it's Hinduism, yeah, or who's Allah? Yeah, who's Aliyah and who's Allah? Yeah, who? Why are these names so similar? So, going back to what I was saying about Isaac. So the name Anglo-Saxons. You see, the thing is, Saxons was probably, these people were, these people, they originally considered themselves to be sons of Isaac. But as they moved around, their name, they just got called Saxons, as in sons of Isaac. But this is the name that stuck with them, Saxons. And that's the thing, because light is associated with sacrifice. And obviously, light is associated with the sun. Yeah? Sacrifice sons. So, this is the thing. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and all these people, David as well, all these people, they were all given a chance to love me. They were blessed some more, blessed more and more and more. They were given so many blessings. And do they care about me? No, they don't. They really don't. I have seen absolutely no evidence to suggest that they do. What happened in the Bible, or the stories that are in the Bible in the Old Testament and the New Testament, well, that's what happened way back then. Times have changed. And the fact is that snakes, they try to worm their way in. They do. They will try to pretend they're good, so that they can get their foot in the door. And once they do that, they take advantage of that situation, unfortunately. Um, uh, hang on a second. And the thing is when I came as Jesus, yeah, I came to be perfect. Yeah? I didn't come to accuse. Right? I didn't come to accuse. Jesus didn't come 2000 years ago to accuse everybody of their sins. Yeah? Remember what he said? He said that Moses is your accuser. Yeah, that's what he said. But this is the thing, because the accuser is associated with Satan. Yeah? And Jesus had to be the perfect example. And that's who I was. But I ain't doing that anymore. That's done with. That's finished. That's the past. That's my past, and it's not Isaac's past. It's not the Anglo-Saxons' past. It's not Aaliyah Dana Houghton's past. It's my past. It's my light. And the thing is that demons, they try to steal that from me. And then the demons of the world, that is almost the entire world, basically it is the entire world, by the looks of it, they worship those who steal from me. They have no love for me, but they'll love the people who copy me or take from me, steals what belongs to me. It is sickening, and people will burn in the lake of fire for doing those types of things. I mean, there's no way out of it. There's no way out of it. So, I'll leave it there for now.